Okay, everyone, welcome to the StockPickProfits.com daily market update. It is 9/28 Friday, the end of September. So let's start with the legalities. Always read the disclaimer, important information in there. Past performance is no indicator of future performance. We are not registered investment advisors. This show should be taken for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in this show is an offer to buy or sell any security. Read the rest of the disclaimer, important information in there. So we'll give everybody a couple minutes to sign on. And at the same time, we will finish up the legalities and get prepared on our end, sip a little coffee, get ready to rock and roll. So today, of course, is show day. So if you want to be a guest on the show, I'm going to put the link in there. You click that, and guess what? You'll go into my lobby, and we'll have a quick conversation, and we'll get you on there. So let's go ahead and get started. It was an interesting day in the stock market. We kind of went around the block a couple times today. Only to finish flat. We started off really red this morning. You know, we had all those, the banking problems in Europe with Italy, a lot of funk going on over there again. It's always these European countries nowadays that are just throwing monkey wrenches into everything. So that pushed the market down red. You know, despite interest rates kind of picking up. Banks had a really tough day today. You know, last week, banks started that big move. We kind of talked about it last week. But we mentioned it needed to have some follow through because it was so beat up over the last couple months that it had a lot of work to do to get back to where it was. This week kind of showed the other side of that, and banks really got hit hard. Even Bank of America, it's back under $30. A lot of pain in the banking sector today. Hey, Jeff, how are you, brother? So look, any of you want to join the show? I don't have any guests lined up for today. You click that link; it'll put you in my lobby, and you're welcome to come on the show. If not, we're going to talk about cement stocks today. If you remember. Greg from our office, let me get centered here. If you remember on Wednesday, Greg from our office asked a great question about cement stocks. So you know what? If you want to be on the show, you click the link and it'll put you in my lobby. But if nobody signs up, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and start the cement thing. Let's kind of talk about some of our stocks first. Steel had a great day today. Let's go steel. And that's why we're doing the cement talk today, because think about it. Steel is your infrastructure play, right? Everything is built on steel. It has to have steel. Steel is a critical component to infrastructure development. Well, so is concrete or cement, right? You know, when you build that beautiful tower made of steel and glass and all this great stuff, what does it stand on? It has to have a solid foundation. What's the solid foundation? Concrete and rebar, right? So we're going to talk about cement a little bit today because it's a good tool you can add to your portfolio if you want to get a little diversity in there, which we always recommend. So let's kind of get into the, hey, Kona. Hey, that trade finally worked out this afternoon, huh? The ROKU. Good job, Kona. That's the way to stick with your trade, buddy. You know, don't let anybody sway you. So let's kind of get started. So let's talk about cement. As we just said, cement is a critical important part of what? Infrastructure. What's so big about infrastructure? Well, look, all these countries that want to develop, want to advance and stuff, infrastructure is the key. And just like Jeff mentioned, it's a marriage, steel and cement. So if you got steel in your portfolio, why not add a little cement? We've been looking at cement over the last couple of weeks. That's why we were so impressed that Greg asked that question, because we were actually researching it at the time, and it was almost like Greg read into it. Good job. but it's a marriage, right? There's a certain amount of your infrastructure that has to be cement or concrete. Even like not so much in Hawaii, they usually use tar and asphalt for the freeways. Only the federal highways have the concrete. But on the mainland, you see a lot of like even roads within neighborhoods and stuff, concrete. It's a huge thing. And it's the marriage, it's the husband and wife of infrastructure with steel. Very important. So where do you find good cement plays? What are good cement plays? Well, I mean, we went over the sector the last couple weeks, and we came up with one that we like, that you might want to check out, and that's EXP. That's a concrete stock. Excuse me there. Nice typing, Pat. EXP. Oh my goodness, my microphone is in my way here. EXP, right? That's EXP, yeah. And that's Eagle. Eagle is a nice little company if you're looking for a company. But with infrastructure, unlike our steel play that we have, where we like US Steel X, we like US Steel X, and we like it as a leader, and we like it as a great play. It's a parabolic stock. You can see it's really starting to take hold today. It closed that 30.50 level. It pushed the $31 level, and this is in that ugly market. Even this morning when we opened, U.S. Steel opened up a little soft, but it bounced green right away. It's very resilient, very strong. Good buying into it. We've got an option play going on at U.S. Steel right now, and it's starting to look really good. And in the past, the last couple weeks, we were long on AKS. AKS had a nice day today too. It's starting to finally push back to that $5 level. We debated reopening a trade on it at that $5 strike, but the last cycle it pushed towards that $5, but it kept petering out. So I think on this one, if we're gonna play it again, what we'll do is let's see it actually get over $5 before we get too deep into that. And concrete it's a union. It absolutely is. And they're, like I said, they're both critical to each other. But if you really want to play the cement industry, there's a holding company. Now, a holding company, I don't know if you guys remember back in the late 1990s when the internet was just coming together and all these internet stocks were so hot, and everything was about these internet stocks. Pets.com, business.com, Amazon.com was just starting. eBay was huge back then. This is before you had PayPal, right? You had a lot of .coms out there. And what was happening was, it's an interesting thing. Where back then do you find the winning stocks and stuff? Well, we like ETFs, but like I was saying, if you remember back to 1990, there was a company, CMGI, and it was called a holding company. And what it was a company that just invested in startups, internet startups, and it did really good for a long time. But then it crashed and burned in the end with the .com bust because they were invested in all these little pets.com and stuff like that. Their money disappeared very quickly. But a holding company is much like an ETF. A holding company, though, will actually have its own business going on, but it invests in all these companies that are in its sector. And like CMGI, it used to buy, it would invest in a pets.com when pets.com was looking for financing, things like that. And that's what a holding company does. It does basically what an ETF does, but it also has its core business and stuff. So there is a holding company. And if you guys are looking for a real nice play, you're looking to get into cement, but you don't want to have to figure out which one's going to be a winner and which one's going to be a loser. And this is for you, Greg. And we're actually looking to open up a position in this in the hyper growth. It's USCR. You guys go ahead and check that out, okay? If you want to get some exposure to it. Now, like we said, with the steel industry, we feel like there's a very, very well-defined leader, and that's X. It's almost like the Cisco of steel from the 90s, for you older people that remember the 90s. Cisco was what the internet was built on, what the internet was run on. That was its model back then. And of course, they used to produce routers and all this stuff, but the internet literally ran on Cisco. And, you know, in that sector, there were other stocks like Juniper and stuff like that. And they did the same kind of business. But Cisco was always your bellwether. And it was your bellwether for the sector. And you didn't need to get an ETF because you could just play Cisco. And even at one point, they used to say, Cisco, the way the market goes is the way Cisco goes. So now we flash forward to 2018 and we want to get into some cement stocks. So let's go ahead and look at USCR, because we don't see in the cement industry. There's a guest. I see you. I see you. So what happens is we see this clear-cut leader with the steel industry, and that's US Steel or X. But in cement, there's a lot of little players, and they're all over the globe, right? You got a lot of them in China, you got a lot of them in the US, you got a lot of them in that. So avoid all that madness and just go straight to a basket of them. And the joy of USCR is that not only do you get this basket of stocks like you would with an ETF, they also have a core business to substantiate it. So to answer your question about a cement trade, that's the way we would go. And we are actually watching USCR right now because we're thinking about getting it in. So look, Samo, I'm about to bring you on, okay? I see you there. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds, Samo, and then you're coming on, okay, buddy? Let's bring Samuel to the show.
8 a.m.
Samuel, welcome.
Oh, hey, good afternoon, everybody.
How are you?
I'm here in lovely California. My sister do her gardening, water her flowers, plants, I should say.
Nice.
Can you hear me?
I can.
And someone just tried to break into the house.
Yeah, I got
caught. Oh, Jesus Christ. Call the cops.
We got Gregorio. We got Gregorio here.
You might get a reward for that guy.
Yeah, I'm taking him in. Anyway, we're just going over some Facebook ad spend stuff, since Facebook had their big, breach today.
Yeah, Facebook had an exciting day.
Yeah, some 50 million, I don't know.
50 million people.
Anyway, it's quite interesting. Anyway, I missed most of the show, but I just got on. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? Listen, Patrick, I just want everyone that's watching your show to know how amazing your show really is, because, man, not many heads of trading teams actually do a show like this where they say, hey, we just made this play today. Here's where we're going. Here's why we're going there. I think people really need to, we got a lot of clients. Jeff, I'm sorry, not Jeff. Greg used to be a client, and Greg kind of helped us shape this service over the years, because we realized that people needed more attention. That people didn't want to just pay thousands of dollars for a stock pick to come to your phone. They wanted to get, they wanted to learn along the way. And so that's why, Patrick was running the show the way he does. So thank you, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome, Greg.
Do you have any hot tips or questions for Patricio? So Greg thinks,
Bitcoin.
I'm going to jump in real quick. Greg thinks he's been heavy into crypto for a long time. And Greg thinks the crypto world is going to make a move. Greg, why don't you tell him about that?
Yeah, go ahead, Greg. Glenn, let us know, man. We're always interested in crypto.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it moves, with the ETF and whatnot, but it's just so volatile, man. I mean, yesterday you had stuff in the green, and then I don't know. There just seems like a lot of manipulation going on there.
Yeah, it's an interesting sector, to say the least.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, your show's awesome, man. And,
thank you.
I always learn a lot.
Nice. Thank you so much. But yeah, okay, guys. So did you have any hot tips on any plays there, Greg? On the crypto?
I'm doing. My brother and mom yesterday, and it went up, and then then it went down today. It was like awesome or something.
Was it a day trade?
No, I don't know. It's like some company that's working with Apple now. They're building like Apple boutique stores. It was like AWSM or something, but I don't know anymore. I know my mom did a good. I know my mom did a good trade with AMD. I think she got in like a few weeks ago or a month ago at 19, and she got out at 30.
Yeah, AMD had a strange run. They went counter to all this stuff about the chip.
Yeah,
AMD was actually. We talked about AMD about a week. Yes, sir.
Well, Greg and I we're about to go to lunch to talk about Facebook's latest changes and whatnot. So, kind of always nice to meet up with some of our clients over the years, which is really cool as I'm traveling here in California. So, yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to say how fortunate we are to have your show, Patrick, to kind of get the training alongside of why we're doing what we're doing is really, really valuable to our clients, and I'm very grateful for it.
It's fun. It's fun, and it's only 10-15 minutes out of the day. Besides a little prep for the show, and I've got a trading team, so they prep a lot of stuff for me, the minions, and help me look good, make sure my hair is combed, I'm wearing a clean shirt. And
well, listen, I'm gonna do a quick plug while you got me on the air, and that is that for those of you that don't know, we run a service called Stock Big Profits, and we have a huge vision. That vision is to create 1,000 people, take 1,000 people from all over the world and double their wealth within 3 years. So we're doing really well with that. In fact, a lot of our clients double their wealth much sooner than that, but we like to under-promise and over-deliver is kind of how we say it at the office. And so we want to take 1,000 people from wherever you're at, you're watching this, understand that we want to help you inside the stock market. We don't want to just sell you picks and kiss you goodbye. We want to actually create your journey, your wealth journey with you. So trust in us to help you along that path. We're really excited and we really love doing what we do. So come aboard.
Nice.
And on that note, have a great weekend, everybody. We're gonna go off to have a little business lunch here and then keep on trucking for the weekend.
You bet. You and Greg have a fantastic weekend.
Roger that.
You too. Take care.
All right, brother. Thank you both for stopping by.
You bet, man. Thanks for having us.
All right. Okay, guys. All right. So we're back. So, hey, I can take off the headphones. Let's try not to mess up the hair. It's all about looking pretty on camera, right? As pretty as this pig can get. But look, it's what Samuel was talking about, and, hey, Kona. I don't know. Look, Kona, Jeff, if you guys want to be on the show, maybe not today if you don't want it today, but maybe next Friday, you guys just click that link, man. I'd love to have you guys on the show, especially, Kona, Jeff, your IRDM play, right? I mean, you had another great day today. Jeff, from IRDM. That was a great call. You know what I mean? And Kona, I really, Kona, I was really impressed with the way you stuck by your trade, the ROKU. We were talking about it late last night, right? We were kind of going back and forth over the chart and stuff. And, I really appreciate that, Kona. And this is coming from a fellow trader, and our members will tell you the same thing because we're the same way. You believe in a trade, you stick with it. You finally got it. This afternoon, that thing finally broke for you. It was down about almost $2, right? Dude, that's great trading, buddy. So I hope you made a bunch of money on it. We were watching ROKU with you because, you're a viewer, so we like to keep up with what you're doing. And we saw it starting to break, and we were going to try and get out a call on it. But, we got to get 300 people into that play. So we backed off of it because it just dropped, man. That was beautiful. But we were cheering you on, Kona. We were so happy that you're making that trade. And it just makes this, like what Samuel was talking about, it makes this show even better, and it makes this show even more valuable. Look, I'm not the only trader on the planet. I'm not the greatest trader on the planet. You know what I mean? Nobody really is. It's a group effort, and when all of us can participate like this, it doesn't matter if you're subscribed to the service or not. It's all about what you get out of the show. And guys like Kona, guys like Jeff, you guys are awesome. Hey, there's a working man. There's a working man. We haven't seen you. You're popping in and out, Savar. Hope things are lightening up on your load and stuff, on your workload. But to get back to it, Kona, you and Jeff, we are so grateful that you guys come on the show. You guys visit every day. You guys will message us at night. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And, we're able to share this information with the viewers, that we don't charge anything for the show. We do it for free. And it's just such a nice group effort. If the people that are viewing had listened to Jeff and bought IRDM, you'd be up about $2 in about a week. If you followed Kona, and we were following Kona with that short on Roku, yeah, it got a little ugly. It got a little scary. It got a little hairy there for a couple days. But dude, he made a killing on that trade. And that's what it's all about. It's all about you, the viewer, this show. It's not about selling things. It's not about marketing. Yeah, we do market. We are a company. We're a for-profit company. So we do market to a little extent. But it's all about you, the viewer, and the value you can get out of this show. Because the more value you get out of it, the more value we get out of it. We're all traders. We're all in this together. The worst thing you can do as a trader, and you see this on the message boards all the time. You'll see this on the message boards all the time. You'll see these traders that are so angry and hateful, and what they do is, they'll just crap on people's posts. They'll just say, I told you so, and all this stuff, and they know everything, and blah, blah, blah. Don't ever be that trader. You got a winning trade, you share it. Okay, there's always room for another play. There's always room for more, but it's all about us supporting each other. We're all in this against the market. It's not traders against traders. It's traders against the market, right? And if we stick together, we succeed together. So, I just wanted to say that to Jeff. And hey, Jack, welcome, man. You've been here a couple days in a row, Jack. If you want to, feel free to post questions, comments, or anything like that. We love having viewers. We love having new viewers, and we just love this free flow of information. It's just like with the cement thing. We just want to make sure that we're educating each other, that we're helping each other become better traders. That's what it's all about. That's what this show is about. You know what I mean? And we do it for free, and we do it religiously, and we love it, and we love it, and we hope you guys love it too. Did I sound like Trump there? We love it. Are you tired of winning yet? Hey, since we got a couple minutes, we're kind of running kind of fast today, right? You know what I mean? So let's kind of talk about the SCOTUS, right? Because I guess the last news that we heard when we were coming onto the show was the Republicans have agreed to give it a week and do the FBI investigation. So I kind of throw this in here for you guys. This is what everybody wanted, right? They wanted an FBI investigation. So now the rubber hits the road. I think the Republicans are doing the right thing here. By giving this FBI investigation. If they had done this 4 days ago, guess what? We'd probably be at a confirmation vote already. But it's the normal. We're not giving you anything. You're not taking anything from us. And it finally got to this point, and it seems like the Republicans have agreed to it, a 1 week investigation. So now everybody has to live with those results. It's what everybody said they wanted, right? What do you hear? You keep hearing the clamoring is that we want an FBI. Why don't we do it? Trump is blocking the FBI, this and that. So let's see if we get some resolution, and let's see if we get some agreement, right? It's an interesting interesting show of democracy, what's been happening with the SCOTUS. And I know it gets ugly, and I know it gets frightening at some points, and you just want to laugh at them. They're like 5-year-olds in a playpen when the teacher's not around. You know what I mean? But really, it's democracy at work. You know what I mean? You've got two sides that are opposite ends of the pole, and they want to find some common ground, but they don't want to give up any ground either. And that's just the way democracy works. So you see, it took a long road. But we ended up getting to an FBI investigation. Now it's 1 week long. Let's see if they come up with anything. Let's see how this rocks. If you're a Republican that supports the nomination, you want this, because you should be confident that the FBI investigation is not going to turn up anything, right? And it brings closure. You know what I mean? They're talking about impeachment and stuff like that. If he does get confirmed, let's eliminate this. Let's do democracy the right way. Okay, so I just want to kind of share that about the SCOTUS. It's Friday. Usually I don't get into those political opinions, but sometimes I do. I was raised in the old school way where people didn't talk about their vote. You voted your conscience, and that was it. People didn't ask who you're voting for and stuff like that. It was sacred. Your right to vote first to say it was sacred, and your choice of vote was sacred. And you were the one that voted your conscience, and you were the one that lived with your choice. But nowadays, it's a public spectacle, right? Everybody has to wear their emotions on their sleeve. Don't do that. It's just like, look, Kona and Jeff, especially Kona, who day trades, they'll tell you, the minute you start putting your emotions on your sleeve, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Okay, that's how trading is. Emotions, there's no place for emotions in trading. Look at the ROKU short. Kona could have panic. You look at us. We could have been over there. Kona, don't get out of the short. Get out of the short. But we knew Kona knew what he was talking about, and we knew he was confident, so we supported him. You know what I mean? And that's the way it's supposed to work. So look, let's kind of call it a show. Let's call it a week. It's the last day of September too. And that was actually kind of a calm day for the end of a quarter. One, it's the end of a quarter. Two, it's the end of a month. And three, it's the end of the month. It's generally the worst month of the year. And it kind of played out. It was a difficult month, right? Even our members will tell you it was a difficult month. It was hard to, we had some good winners, but we had some losers too. And, good traders like Jeff and Kona and Jack and every member that's in our SPP will tell you, you're not going to win one. We're not going to win every trade. It was a rough month, man. But look, we feel like we're set up for October prime time. We think we've got 4 that are going to be triple-digit winners. So let's see how that works out. But we've been telling you the last 2 weeks, and we've been telling you this for a reason. September is your worst month of the year. October, November, and December, your best quarter. Plus, you've got earnings season rolling out, and it looks like earnings are going to be blowout earnings. So you should be using September to make sure you've got everything right going into the last quarter, which is Monday. All right. So if it's Friday night on the last day of the quarter and you weren't heeding any of this advice and you're sitting there with an ugly portfolio and no promise on it, you should have listened. You should have listened to everybody. Okay. So look, let's kind of call it a show. I like that, man. Let's all go on vacation. Jack, you got it right, buddy. You got it right. So look, let's kind of roll into the weekend. It was a fun week. It was a rough, it was a tough week. It was a lot of paint drying days, right? Where the market it'd start off either real high or real low, and it just settle into a channel and just nothing happening. We'd get these freaky gap ups, freaky gap downs, but overall it was a good week for the market. It was a good week for us. We let those Qs expire that we were trading. They just never came around. So we let them expire, but we're still sitting on that XLK, which is actually a little green right now. We're still sitting along on Oracle, which had a decent day today, despite all the red. It actually had a nice push in the middle of the day. We're sitting along on Verizon right now, and we're also sitting along on X and Twitter. Twitter had a rough day today, but we're going to stick with that for now. We've got a nice time on those options, and it's kind of still bouncing between that. Let me check a Twitter quote real quick. It's Friday. Let's have a little fun. So it closed at 28.46. It's still in that channel between 28 and 29. We're expecting it to break off that and challenge 34. So we'll see how that. And there you go. You can't win them all. And what do we always talk about almost every show? Risk management, okay? Don't put everything in in one trade. Always manage your money. Always manage your risk. Everything you do in the stock market is going to have risk, okay? Managing that risk is tantamount. So, okay, let's call it a show. We've just talked about cement. We'll let you guys know, USCR. We want to throw that out there for you guys, especially on a Friday. You can research it over the weekend. The other thing too to do is let me send you this link. All you guys, let me send you this link. This link right here, guys and girls, is that's a link to the ETF of USCR. Go and take a look at it, because if you scroll down the page, it'll show you the stocks that they hold. you know, that's a good way to get ideas for trades for cement, right? If they're a big holding company that's dependent on the success of these stocks that they hold, there's probably some good trades in there. So you click them, you research them, and you find the ones you like, or you just buy USCR and get the whole basket. Okay. So with that, let's say everybody have a great day. It's Friday, so I just wanted to say personally to all the members, Flory, Roland, I believe Mr. Savar is here today. Tala, Miss Tala, welcome. Miss Tala is here today. I believe we saw Mr. Savar. I wanted to say to all the members, thank you so much for your support, and we're going to get back at it Monday. We're going to be kind of busy this week on the member page because we're gonna redo some videos and things like that, and we got a lot of information. HGA, your hyper growth members, we got our first dividend payment today. Free money, and we're building that. So we got a lot of stuff to do this weekend. So let's go get it, okay? BB. Oh, yeah. Who knew BlackBerry was even still a company, right? Does anybody even own those phones anymore? I used to have a friend that had a BlackBerry, and he was religious about it, man. I always, a good one, Kona. And Mr. Savar says it best, one of our longest members. You guys have a great weekend, okay? Happy Friday, everybody. It's Aloha Friday. For our members that are on the North Shore, it's homecoming week for Kahuku High School. You guys are playing Mililani. Good luck, gang. Good luck, man. That should be a great game. Anybody on the mainland knows Kahuku High School's football program. Mililani is where Mackenzie Milton, who's a quarterback for UCF now, University of Central Florida, super kid. That's the kind of product that comes out of these high schools, Mililani and St. Louis High School, of course, and Kahuku, some great players. It'll be a great game. There are a lot of those kids that you see on that high school field tomorrow will be on a college field next year. So good luck to everyone. You guys have a fantastic weekend. As Kona says, chew.